everyone. Yes, yes. All right. That puts you in a better mood than you were before. That track. That's the way I feel. My opinion. I love it. It gets me twirling in the chair and forget about all my thoughts.
It does. It kind of zones you out for a while while you're listening. Absolutely.
Yes. And I play it whenever I feel in drudgery. I like, let me put on Ashleigh Smith. You know? Yeah, that right
Pick
there.
You up for a second, absolutely.
Yeah, and like if I want to tell a friend, hey, let you check out this track, and I'll send a link and let them listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Aww,
if I don't have the words to make you feel better, I'll send you a link to listen to some music that out of drudgery. So, as to this new single, is there any other new future music projects you want to tease us about?
Yeah, so at the end of the summer, it'll either be an EP or an album. I at first it was an EP, but then I've been writing so much that it might turn into an album, but there definitely will be a project, absolutely, towards the end of the summer. And so I'll probably release one more single and then release either the EP or the album. But yes, to answer your question, it's coming.
All right, y'all hear that, friends? And is there any scheduled online events that you may be doing in the future?
So I have a few in the works. One I can't say yet because we haven't done all the details, but I am in about 2 or 3 weeks going to do a live with my band and performing some of the stuff from Sunkissed and the new single, just a little Instagram live. So I'll probably announce that here within the next week when that's going to be. But those that's about it right now.
Well, thank you for that information. And
Absolutely.
will you go ahead and give your website information and your social media information for all our listeners to follow up with you?
Of course. So on Facebook and Instagram, I am D Ashleigh Smith. So it's THED. My name, ASHLEIGH, and then Smith, SMITH.com. So that's my website, but I'm also D Ashleigh Smith on Instagram and D Ashleigh Smith on Facebook. The only one that's different is Twitter because they already had a D Ashleigh Smith apparently, so I had to use I'm Ashleigh Smith. So that's the only one that's different. That's where you can find me. I'm pretty active. I interact a lot. I enjoy social media. You get the real me, so heads up. At your own risk.
I really like you. You have such a bubbly personality. I like you so much. Wow.
Thank you. You have the same kind of energy, so it always helps.
Right. So I would like to ask you this: what is that ultimate desire of which you wish all of your fans and followers and listeners to get out of your music, especially this new single?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think my ultimate desire for people who are listening to me is that they feel better after listening, or at least understood than when they started. Because I know for me, like music, different songs could like get me through certain moments, or make me feel a certain type of way, or at least if I couldn't vocalize what I was feeling, a song could always say it for me. And so that's what I want people who are listening to my music. I want them to feel better or feel understood by the time they finish listening. That's my ultimate goal.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. Upon you saying that you do have a future project coming up, will you be doing any cover songs again? I have a fan that's interested in wanting to know.
Okay, yes, to that fan. Yes, I will be. There'll probably be 1 or 2. And, in true fashion, there'll be ones that no one would ever think to redo because that's how I like to do it. But they'll be really good. I promise.
Right. Also, a fan wants to know, will you be doing a spiritual song or a gospel track?
I feel like you're reading my mind. Actually, yes. And that's so weird they would ask that because I really am. I wanted to on the first one and we just didn't. We kind of got crunched. But this next one, absolutely, because that's a part of who I am. So I'm gonna pick a very special one that both of my grandmothers, it was their favorite hymns. I won't tell you which one, but yes, that will be there.
Thank you for that information. Mm-hmm. I have a young fan that wants to know: did you start off singing in church, and did you ever play an instrument when you was a young girl? What was your first
Okay.
instrument if you did play a musical tool?
Absolutely. So first thing, I did grow up singing in church. Absolutely. My dad, I would go up going to choir, choir concert or choir, was it camps or, clinics that he would be doing, and my sisters and I would be singing harmony and going with it. So we've been doing that forever. So yes to that question. What was the second one was?
Did you ever play a musical tool when you were a little girl?
Okay. I did. So we had a rule that we had to take piano, and we were not allowed to quit until you could play Moonlight Sonata. So I did that, and then I kind of stopped playing piano, and then I picked it back up in college. So I can play enough to write for myself and play through songs. I'm not a pianist, but I play, and I also played trombone for 8 years, all up until my senior year of high school. I was in marching band. I was a drum major for my last 2 years, and I played trombone. I went to all state and everything. I was really good. Yeah.
Wow, girl, you get down. Wow, that's awesome.
I can still play through my scales, but that's it. I think my embouchure is probably shot. I'm sure it is actually, but.
Well, that's great. That's great, and thank you for that information. And also, you are more than welcome to give a shout out at this time to all the persons that have supported you in your musical career all the years.
Okay.
Oh,
that's a long list. I have to give a special shout out to, I call him Dean Earl Coleman, who was at the Columbus State University, which is where I started before I transferred to UNT, and he literally changed my life. If he hadn't said the things he said to me, I would not be talking to you right now. So Dean Earl Coleman, to my parents, obviously, because they're probably listening, because they always listen to most every link that I ever post to them. I love you. Literally wouldn't even be able to do what I do or exist without my parents. So if they're listening, there's that. Myron Ruffin and David Kennard, who both been working in the rain. They're both on radio promotion for me, and they are the best guys ever. They are sweet. They answer all my questions and endure all of my endless a list of how do you do this, how do you do that, how do you do that. So thank you to you both for helping me and just being awesome. And then a big thank you to you and all the different people who have been supporting the song and the fans. I really appreciate it. You guys have no idea. Like a big thank you. Indie artists, it's a whole hustle out here. I know you understand. So people don't have to be nice to you. My granny used to always say that, and so I'm always very appreciative. So those are my shout outs.
Let's give an applause to all the persons that have put up with you all these years. An applause to your new single.
Thank you.
And hopefully they will continue to support you. And
I hope so.
last not least, the last question I want to ask you, do you have any words of encouragement you would like to give in these dark times we're dealing with for persons that may be suffering in the world today?
Yes. We're all going through a really, really, really rough, and I think, a time of a lot of exposure, a lot of just pain, a lot of the things that people just were not prepared for. So my advice would be, my word of encouragement would be to breathe and just allow yourself to feel whatever you need to feel during this time. Your mind can get super jumbled with, I got to do this, I got to do that, how's this going to get paid, what's this going to happen, and we have to handle those things, we do. But I find that if you don't take moments just to kind of, put things back into perspective, it gets real out of hand really quickly. So that'd be my biggest advice. And if it was to up and coming artists, it would be to not be impatient for your journey. So your journey is your journey. If you're looking to the right and the left, and you're not looking where you're supposed to be looking, and it's not to compare yourself. Be okay with your journey, whatever that is. It may take 10 years or 40 years or 50. Doesn't mean it won't happen. So those are my words of advice. If I had to give some.
Thank you for those words of encouragement and advice. I want to thank you for your patience. I know it started off as confusion, but we got through this. If anybody missed the show, there's a new link. And thank you for taking out your time to participate, coming on my platform, Ashleigh Smith.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Wow. I love your music. I'll be following you for dear life. And I want to thank you again. And come back when you have any new projects. I appreciate you coming back on the platform with your new music projects or any projects.
Always.
And I want to talk about Sara Smile. She is my favorite. That is my favorite track. I meant to say.
Okay.
What inspired you to redo this cover song?
So I always like to think of songs that like either people are scared to touch or people just don't know about, right? And I feel like Sara was one of those for me. Like Hall Oats was one of my favorite, songwriters to date. And I feel like Sara was a classic, and so nobody wanted to touch it, including me. Well, I did, but I didn't want to go down in flames because that's always really embarrassing. There's a Chrisette cover on the album too that I did not want to do because I was like, people are gonna think if it sucks, then I'm just gonna be down on my first album. But I like the story of it, and I like the simplicity of the song. I feel like songs that are that simple kind of lend themselves to be able to kind of be molded into something different. And so I think we did a good job of keeping like true to the spirit of the original song, but giving it a different feel.
Right.
So that's why I chose it. It was kind of one that people don't want to touch, but it has so much space to be kind of molded. So I really want to see what we can do with it.
Well, you did a beautiful job. You got my attention. I had goosebumps on my arms. I'm like, she did that, and it turned out well, And so I'm always playing it. So I want to thank you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And here is Sara Smile, and I will be playing In the Rain. And this is Lady Diva signing out. You have a blessed day, Miss Smith, and I'll keep in touch with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.